Finance Minister Lawrence Wong said that if Singapore takes a, quote, politically craven approach and impose stringent conditions on companies looking to operate here, the country will lose out on good investments and Singaporeans will be deprived of good jobs and career opportunities. And in a strongly worded statement, Mr. Wong hit back at the Progress Singapore Party for the way it's framed its criticism of the government's foreign talent policy. He responded to PSP's claims that freeing up jobs taken up by foreigners here will allow Singaporeans to automatically fill these roles.
But that thinking is fatally flawed. First, we already have more than 25,000 PMET vacancies today, with many companies still looking to hire. With so many companies having difficulties filling these vacancies, how would we find people with the relevant skill sets to take on the additional tens of thousands of jobs that Mr. Leong thinks can be created by getting rid of the foreigners? Second, if our policies were to become overly restrictive, companies will just find other places to operate in where they can be more competitive. We would lose all the jobs they brought here. And if we are not careful, decades of hard work to build up our business hub will be wasted. Our economy will contract and go down in a tailspin. We'll end up with far worse problems, and it's not the foreigners, but Singaporeans who will ultimately pay the price.
Mr. Wong acknowledged, though, that being an open economy has its own downsides because the rapid pace of any change in any vibrant economy means there will be people displaced from their jobs, but cautioned that the issue is not about foreigners working here.
Even if we got rid of tens of thousands of foreigners, locals will continue to be displaced because of technology, because of innovation, because of the changing nature of work over time. With the rise of remote work, people can work from anywhere in the world, and they need not be all in the same place. In the face of these painful dislocations, it's easy for politicians to blame someone for them. People don't lose jobs because of technology or innovations, they say, but it's because of the foreigners in our midst. They are the reason you have been displaced. And if they can mobilize existing racial prejudices against particular foreign nationalities here, better still. And that's why we see nationalist and protectionist sentiments gaining ground everywhere around the world. That's why populist and anti-immigrant parties, even neo-Nazis and fascists, do well in many European countries. Far easier to point fingers, make one nationality or another the scapegoat, and blame them all for our troubles, rather than work on reskilling our workers.
Mr. Wong also appealed to PSP to refrain from anti-foreigner rhetoric that can potentially deepen fault lines between locals and foreigners, as well as between Singaporeans of different races. He said the strong racist and xenophobic undertones in PSP's campaign against CECA, or the India-Singapore Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, have not gone unnoticed. PSP's stance on CECA was also brought up by Law and Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam. He pressed PSP's non-constituency MP Leong Man Wai on this in a heated exchange that lasted around an hour.
I'm quite confused by the answer.
I'm quite confused as well.
So may I ask, sir, through you to Mr. Leong, one, just tell us, does he and PSP, does he and does PSP support FTAs? A simple answer will do.
Mr. Leong?
We support FTAs in general.
Thank you. Would that include, sir, support for CECA?
Yes. In general.
Yes. Let's then have that recorded as he and PSP support CECA and FTAs in general.